How's it going, YouTube? Back with another sugar-free review. Got a new knife brand I've never had on the channel. Defcon. Saw this knife and figured I'd take a chance on it. It wasn't too expensive, so worth a shot. This is the box. This is a microfiber cloth. Cheap little bag. And looks like a Torx L key. I always like when they include those Torx keys because everybody likes to take their knife apart. And here's the knife. A little bit different than anything in my collection. Yeah, as you notice, there's a big button here. We'll go over that. But this is the Defcon fulcrum. And cost about $48. And when I was looking at their website, they had microtext too, so makes me wonder if this is like one of their Chinese brands, or they're somehow associated. Who knows how though. This one is made in China and like microtext though, and you can afford it. Let's go over the specs. You got a 3.2 inch 14C28M blade, drop point, flat grind, satin finish. Got a 3.2mm blade stock, or 0.12 inches. Let's see how it cuts. It's got a decent factory edge. A little bit of stropping could be really nice. Got an overall length of 7.5 inches, so perfect EDC size. Let's compare it to some other knives. Kaiser Hiccup. A little bit smaller. The No Quality Control Raccoon is pretty close to the same length, just maybe just a hair longer. VB Sakoki QBRDF. These aren't exactly the same length, but they're fairly close. Yeah. Got videos on all these knives if you want to check them out. It's got a 4.25 inch handle, 0.46 inches wide. Closed width in the pocket from here to here is 1.02. So this would be a good gym shorts knife, I guess you could say. Your hardware is T6. Besides your pivot. And your weight is 3.05 ounces. You do have some milled out liners on the inside. And the clip is reversible. Semi-deep carry, I guess you could say. Lefties can rejoice. They can carry this. And this handle is a brown micarta. There's several different versions of this knife. And there's also a more premium one with titanium and M390. It was released well before this. But I'm not the type that's going to buy a titanium knife of a brand I've never even held. So I wanted to check this one out first. Glad they made a budget version. And this lock, which I'm sure you've been waiting for me to talk about, is what they call a leverage lock. And it's basically a pivot lock. There's a liner on the inside, hard to see. This pushes it down, so it's a hidden liner lock that's pushed down with the button. does squeak a little. I don't know if some lube would help that, but your deployment methods are your flipper tab, plenty of jumping, very snappy. You can push button or light switch. And you got this interesting front flipper with plenty of jumping. Very easy to use, and the detail seems right. You have I'm guessing it's aluminum, orange aluminum backspacer that doubles as a lanyard hole. Gives it a little bit of pop, I guess you could say. And you're not allowed to sharpen this knife. There's no sharpening tool, so you gotta buy a new one when it goes dull. I guess you could cut a tool in, but you shouldn't have to. So yeah, just buy a new one when it goes dull. That's just all you can do. Dislikes. The squeaking can be a bit annoying, but it doesn't really do it unless you're like trying to make it do it. And of course, you're not allowed to sharpen it. That's always a dislike. I don't really like this big old Defcon logo. Make that smaller, or don't put it at all. And this jungle knife, your double-sided logo, don't need that. Yeah, cool knife. Maybe a little bit gimmicky, I guess you could say, but they did it right. I'm not going to take it apart. Not in this video, at least. Yeah. I will link this knife down below if you want to pick one up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Give me a like and a comment, and see you in the next video.